Is up, everybody? Welcome to Middle Aged Apocalypse. I'm Greg. This is Hans. What up, buddy?
Well, you know,
Can you see okay?
I can see perfectly fine. Just annoying that my stupid Maine Coon cat had to wreck my screen protector that held up the iPad. So now I have to have, instead of being able to just conveniently hold my 1911 in my hand, I have to use my 1911 as a prop to hold up the iPad. So there's that.
Oh no.
Tales of a
Uh,
juvenile teenage cat. That's how that about 13 pounds already, and he's only 6 months old.
Damn, son.
Oh, yeah, Captain Poofy Tail. And he just figured out, ah, I have the ability. I can jump onto the counter. So I got home yesterday, early afternoon, and just everything that was on the counter was on the living room and kitchen floor.
Oh, shit.
So that was awesome. So he spent the better part of I don't know, 12 hours in the bathroom. Set him up, kind of like a dorm room. Put his litter box in there, gave him some treats, and just put the fan on, give him some white noise, calm him down a little bit. And yeah, caught up on sleep because that was great. That was awesome. Yeah, no, it wasn't. Let me tell you. It's not cool at all. But yeah, that's where I'm at the moment. I'm about to throw him in the bathtub with a hair dryer. No, I'm just kidding. I never.
Oh no, don't do
No, I love the little guy. He's just it's like a month of like horror when they get to that. They'll just start smashing and knocking over, and when you look at them, they know that you're reacting to their negative behavior, just like a teenager, and they'll stop and look you right in the eye and just sit there. And then you're like, you little. And then they'll run away like, oh, I knew I did something wrong. Like, oh, what was that? What was the telltale sign that told you that? You
that.
go, yeah. Cats, dogs, kids, they're all the same when it comes to that kind of. Realistically, it's like, how can I get the best out of somebody or something or whatever? That's just what they do. So, yep, that's where I'm at. Boston and Scally, by the way, giving them a shout out. I never give anyone shout outs, but most comfortable derby hat you'll ever buy. I got pulled in through Instagram ads, and yeah, if you're a meathead, get an XL. Super comfortable. Was driving around my four wheeler about 60 miles an hour earlier. Not blowing off your head. Ain't going nowhere. Just staying right comfy where it's at. That's a
Nice.
hell of an endorsement, man. They should be paying me for that. Anyways, all right. Well, I'll calm down.
Um,
I'm just overtired and hungry. Just need something to eat that I want to eat, but I don't know what I want to eat. My stomach's been so. Here we are. But ergo, what do you got there, Gregory? How you doing?
well, a little housekeeping. I'm all right. I'm all right. Got a few things done this weekend. Um,
What do you got at 40 degrees in your house? You're wearing a long
well,
sleeve
this
and a jacket and a wool hat. What is it, like 45 degrees in your house?
we haven't got it. We're getting it winterized. Hopefully this month.
Getting it,
Or
right? What, you can't take a hair dryer and put plastic over a window? What are you talking
well, we've done that on several windows, but this whole house has no insulation, so
about?
um,
What?
yeah, it's bad. We were gonna pay for it, but we applied for a loan, and when we were denied the loan for the third time, the lady recommended this place that does does stuff like that for free if you qualify. Um, so we applied, and you know, it's uh my income based on like the household and the house itself. I ended up qualifying, so they're going to winterize, insulate, and replace a bunch of stuff. They might be replacing the furnace just because it's so old, and a
Well,
couple of the appliances.
you should be able to qualify for the government heat pump that they're doing right now. That they're doing in Maine, New Hampshire, Mass. I would
Yeah,
only
they
imagine they're doing it in Vermont too. You save like you get two of them, you save like $2,500. So really, in the end, they're at the hands of the taxpayer.
yeah, they are
That
offering.
sucks in the long run. You know, like, yeah, that road is horrible and it needs to be repaved, but hey, you want to give me some heat pumps? I'll take that. Yeah, yeah, hook it up.
Yeah, they
So,
are offering that, but we're waiting to see if they're going to replace our furnace, or if we
yeah,
need to do that on our own.
I would say, brother, I would say take the heat pump rebates and you guys have a full basement, right?
Well, it's I don't know what's considered a full basement.
You have a basement. You're not on a slab.
Yeah, we have a basement. Yeah.
So get a wood stove. Get a big. The older the better. The oldest iron you can find. The oldest seasoned wood stove you can find. Put that in the basement. Store all your shit down there. Find pallets on the side of the road. Everyone puts free signs on them. And put your stock on that. And just keep the thing stoked at a medium, low rate. And get the heat pump rebate because the heat pumps, no matter what, they can't keep up with the cold that you get and I get. Vermont, Maine, New Hampshire, they can't keep up. So if you get a heat pump and you get a wood stove, the wood stove is going to give the heat pump that kickback, and at the same time, it's not going to kill the heat pump. It's going to save it. It's like a lifeline. Oh, you're struggling? Well, here I am, buddy. It's like Talladega Nights. Uh, oh, come on, Ricky Bobby, and what do they call it? Shake and bake, shake and bake. They got each other's backs. So when the heat pumps, like, dude, tons of my friends around here that own houses have taken advantage of Maine's program for heat pump um, replacement, whatever the fuck they call it. But if you couple it with a wood stove, I mean, you're good to go. So you like cut your heating bill to like a quarter of whatever you're paying if you're using oil or propane. I don't know what are you on now?
We have oil currently.
Yeah, dude, you cut your
To
shit.
steam radiators.
Yep, yep, yeah. You'll cut your shit by 3/4, dude.
Yeah,
So
we're waiting for to see what they're gonna replace. We're hoping there because our furnace is so old. It takes you can burn oil, wood, coal. Um, I think it's from the 60s, maybe 40s, 50s.
oh,
It's old. It's old. Yeah, you can burn pretty much anything in that thing, but it's very inefficient.
why
And
is that?
well, the plumber who recently looked at it said that they elevated it to avoid like water getting into it
Right.
because it's stone. It's partial stone, partial concrete. The basement.
Yeah,
So it does get water down there.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he said they elevated it too high and that it doesn't allow enough steam to be produced because there's not enough distance between the furnace and the pipe.
So, so it's like running straight pipe on a car. There's not enough back pressure. Delete the mu-
Essentially.
if you delete the muffler, yeah, there's not enough back pressure, so it works twice as hard. Yeah,
Right.
no, I get
And
you.
and that's another reason we've had an issue in the past with water getting into the pipes. You know when it does this
Yeah,
surge.
yep, 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 yep. And then in the spring and summertime, the mice just want to move into the furnace, and you're like, motherfucking, I hate everything.
Well, it's
Yep.
also the water heater, so that thing runs all year long because whenever we turn the hot water on,
Oh shit! Right,
that
right.
that thing kicks on. That's another reason we go through so much oil because it's
Yep,
constantly running.
yep, yep. Yeah, that's a fucking pain in the ass. Did you fill in your pool yet?
No, and it's weird because this was the first year we didn't open it, so there's no water in there right now. So it's
I
like,
mean, it wouldn't hold the water anyways, would it?
right, well, I mean, when we would open it, we would just refill it every time it got low. So we would essentially keep it relatively high. Whoa, whoa.
You see,
Um,
uh, you see, Elon's rocket land perfectly earlier. I think it was yesterday.
no.
Ah, dude, thing broke the atmosphere, came back down, and they have well, I don't know if it's new or not. New to me. I haven't seen it, and I see a lot of fucking social media bullshit based around these amazing things. This fucking rocket, 100% just self-controlled, just reduces itself right over the takeoff pad and hangs itself on these extended arms that like come in, and it has these two like aft hooks or arms, whatever, and it lands on the fucking things. The things just come in and it comes down and boom, done. And it shuts itself off. Like, dude, unfucking believable shit.
That's pretty wild.
Dude, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I mean, because normally the prop they don't call it a propeller, but what the body underneath the actual shuttle, all that is a fucking propellant. It's like a can of crack that just sprays into the flame and propels the shuttle into space, and then the shuttle just does whatever the fuck, and the propellant or propeller, however you want to call it, just falls apart and flies wherever the fuck in the space it fucking trajects to. But
Yeah.
for the whole thing to stay as one unit, go up and then come back down with no humans needed, that's, dude, where Elon is. That's why they devil him. That's why they divulge everything they can to try to make him like the most evil person. It's because he's the smartest and the richest, and they have no good ideas. Oh, oh, let's oh, that guy has like a 240 IQ. Is he even from this planet? He's a piece of shit. It's like, dude, you have one of his cars in your driveway. Like, shut your mouth. What the fuck have you done? It's just, he's going to end up being the guy that everyone in 20, 40, 60 years is going to be like, thank God that guy bought the biggest media platform on the planet, because free speech would be dead without him, and we'd all be dead, and we'd all be under one global dictatorship. It's fucking wild, dude. I don't. He really is. He's gonna go down. I'll call this right now. Anyone who's listening, go fuck yourself. I'll buy you a steak, okay? The bottom line is that Elon Musk, I don't care what anyone says, he's going to go down as a guy that saved natural, normal civilization and humanity. You want to walk down to the store, you want to buy a loaf of fucking bread, you want to call that old timer that delivers your milk in glass bottles in a wooden crate. You want to drive the same vehicle that's naturally aspirated from the time you get your license until the day you die. You have that right. You have that freedom. He's going to go down as that fucking guy. The guy that invented the electric vehicle and the self operating spaceship that rescued our fucking astronauts when our government turned a blind eye to them. Well, they kept giving money to all the terrorist countries. That guy. That guy. The
Are
guy
they
that
still?
hates the
Are
guy
they
that hates
still?
his own fucking technology. I mean, go ahead. That's all I had to say to finish out that snippet of just rant. I mean, it's so frustrating. It's like he's literally fucking Batman, and they just want to bury him. He's a piece of shit. He's a racist, fucking South African fucking colonizer. They just can't help themselves, dude. It's just disgusting. It's just, the guy is, he'd give anybody the shirt on his back, but they just can't help themselves but demonize people that try to do good that goes against their negative narratives. And that's what it is. It's negative narratives to sway opinion and sway votes, but it's all negativity. No one cares about anything any longer that the smartest people in the fucking world do. They demonize it and they make it. I'm going to take a breath, have a drink. Go ahead. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest.
I was just gonna ask if they were. I know he sent a ship up there. They still have to wait until like February, right, to come back? Something like
I
that.
have no idea about all the details. All I know is that he's the only person fucking doing anything about it. While our federal government just tugs at their own nut sacks and scratches their ass and does nothing. They're just useless. There's a, oh, where else could we allocate the funds? Let's pay for let's pay for sex changes in Libya. Like, what? I mean, the Green New Deal. It's not the Green New Deal. It's let's let's do all the weirdest shit on the planet. The Build Back Better. No, it's the Green New Deal with a new name. It's let's fix a fishing boat in Shangri-La because we want cheaper shrimp. Oh, 15 million allocated to this random dude. I read through that motherfucker. Nobody else has. Nobody even in our own fucking government has read through that bill. The Build Back Better. $5 trillion. 3.9 trillion of said $5 trillion is thrown at the most ridiculous shit. Okay, transgender studies in Russia, in Iran, in fucking dude. Are you kidding me? Those countries just throw people off of buildings if they don't agree with their sex. If you think you're not a male or a female, they just toss you off a building. That's why are tr- billions of dollars we're spending on studies in these countries? Dude, it's just money that's just being laundered. That's all it is. When you break it down to brass tacks, that's all it is. It's the same thing with the Ukrainian and excuse me, the Russian war. It's just money laundering. They don't care about anything that they talk about. Sorry to sound like fucking Alex Jones or whoever else. It might be a conspiracy theorist, but if you actually take your time and you read this shit and study it for yourself, you'll see it's all just jargon. It's money laundering. It's on the biggest fucking scale. So let me reiterate, people that don't know jack shit about dog shit, the Sochi Olympics, Sochi was a slum. It was the biggest slum in Russia. What did they do? What did Putin do? Just to put on a show for the whole world? The 2014 Sochi Olympics. They killed everything that lived in the city. Every bum, every dog, every stray cat, everything. They killed everything and they mushed it into the fucking ground. They paved it over and they built hotels. Vladimir Putin is the richest person on the fucking planet. Because why? Because he raided and destroyed anyone and everyone that ever went against him. He's worked with terrorists his entire life. The entire Middle East, he's worked with them. He does not save lives. He never has. And then our media has the gall to say stupid shit like, Donald Trump is best friends with Vladimir Putin. You seen the last time they shook hands? What happened? Trump grabs his fucking hand. Trump's a literal foot taller than him, and he pulls him in. And he's like, he literally says, if you listen to the original vocal transcript, he says, "Come here, little guy," and he pulls him in, and he smacks him on the back like a little child, like 4 or 5 times. Oh, he's Putin's puppet. No. That's just a narrative that you're trying to paint. So that goes all the way back to the Soviets in Afghanistan. The reason the reason fucking Putin hates Trump is because Trump and his allies of billionaires back in the day were the ones that put together the squadron to take down the militants that were fighting in Trashkanistan. Yes, I'll say that again. Trashkanistan. Now, there's good people in Afghanistan, but regardless, the richest people in the world set up a faction of military aficionados, if you will, and it was Trump money and Bush money and a bunch of their money that put together the team of elite soldiers to fight off the Russians that were invading Afghanistan the year I was born in 1985. So that is the number one reason they hate him. That's it. That's all it is. Him and his dad's friends and rich friends, they put that faction together as Secret Service dudes and bad motherfuckers that were retired, old vets that trained the Afghanis to fight off the Russians. That was a hot zone created so we could do what? Grow poppy fields. That's what that was all about. plant the poppy, protect the poppy. And that's what our retired soldiers did, that they hired. They were hired guns. They fought off the Russians. They won the Afghani-Russian war, and they secured massive farms. And now Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, you name it, started in Afghanistan. They are the largest producer of poppy in the world, aka heroin, aka dope. You name any pill form that uses oxy. And that's it. That's it. So it was all a ruse, really. I I don't know, man. I don't know. I just it's one of those things. I just think we're at another breaking point like that with China, because China and Russia have tons of land that can produce just as much, and they're more in bed with them these days than they are with the Middle East. So I think this is just the 20-year resurge of these things. It's Germany, Korea, Vietnam, Iran, Iraq, Iraq again. I mean, and then Afghanistan, and then Iraq again. It's a diabolical fucking cycle.
Yeah.
It's systematic. It's designed to never end, based on resources. And like you were telling me the other night, fucking what was North Carolina? What are they rich for? Lithium, was it?
Hmm. Uh, Lithium, and I think there's a bunch of quartz there as well. Mhm.
And there's 70,000 acres currently on fire in Wyoming, and it just was exposed that Wyoming is the has the richest deposit on the planet of another key ingredient in magnets. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's the biggest wildfire in the world. 74,000 acres on fire right now. And Wyoming is sitting on top of the biggest deposit of a magneterial um, um, or magnetism material, rather, on the face of the planet. They're doing the same fucking thing, dude. Cloud seeding.
Yeah.
I,
Well, and if it's fires, I wouldn't be surprised if they're using lasers again.
yep, just like Hawaii.
Yeah, it does appear that that's what was the case. It's hard to it's hard to convince people though. I mean, not that I mean I want people to think for themselves, but just knowing the information, um, I mean, it's hard not to question whether or not that is what happened, considering
Oh,
they were
yeah.
trying to obtain all this land beforehand, and all of a sudden they're able to.
I mean, what other way is there to confiscate what you want without trying?
Right, if they have the power to do it in their mind, why not?
They said, "Oh, Trump's the devil because he said that the South American countries are sending us their worst." It's like that's literally what they're doing. Like, why? Okay, if I was a dictator, I'd be like, dude, they all want to go that way, and we don't have to pay to house all these prisoners. Send them that way. Open the gates. Let them go. Fucking see you later.
Yeah.
Smack them right in the ass like an old fucking used stallion that ain't worth nothing anymore. Send them to the fucking paper factory. No one cares. And that's exactly what they're doing. They like when that's what Trump said. He goes, they're not sending us their best. I'll leave it right there. You deduce it how you'd like, but that is the reality of the situation. And he's right. Dude, they literally just opened all the doors. So we get now, at this point, it was reported we have about 13 to 15,000 convicted homicidal psychos from South American countries, and anywhere from 15 to 17,000 serials from said countries. So clearly they just opened the fucking gates and they were like, get out of here. Why? Think about it. Most of South America is paradise. It's beyond beautiful. It is resource rich. So if you can just get rid of all your people and send them here where we're also resource rich, well, what's going to happen? At some point, some kind of war is going to coincide with all of this bullshit I'm ranting about. We're all going to start fighting each other, and what the rich and powerful dictators of the planet want is all of us gone. To them, we're the in the way people. If they shed us like an old fur coat, they can all have like, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 acre farms, plots of land right on the water. They can have everything they want because they're, in their mind, I'm the elected official. They're power hungry. They don't care about anyone outside of their family. That's what I'm saying. We are the in the way people. If they can shed us, okay, let's send all those prisoners, the murderers, north. Cool. All right, so now we own the entire coast of Costa Rica and fucking Venezuela. You know, pick one. Brazil. Brazil is a humongous chunk of land, so resource rich. So if they can just make us all tear each other apart, they don't have to deal with it. And we're all gone. And then their families and their families after, and there and there and there, every step down the road, they have everything they ever need. They can just, you know, walk fucking buck naked and go pluck fresh bananas and have a monkey ride on their shoulder and do whatever the fuck they want. It's just, it's like, it's, this has been in the works for a long time. This is the richest people on the planet that attend the World Economic Forum. This is what they want. We're in their way. Lower middle class, fuck out of here. We'll just kill all of you. That's what they want. And who's their leader? Klaus fucking Schwab, son of a Nazi. World Economic Forum. Are you kidding me? And these are the people that are running every financially and in terms of banks and money. These are the psychos that are running everything. Just get rid of them. Just whatever it takes. Just get rid of them. It's, I I don't, bro. I'm just getting to the point. I don't know how to connect nor relate to people our age who can't see this for face value. You know, I mean, it's right in front of your face. Like these people have, they pull all the stops. They don't care. They want you to know that they don't care about us. They want you to know that you're just a grain of fucking sand on a beach and your life is worthless. So you should feel that way. That's 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 what they're conveying on every level. So I don't know, bro. I'm just at the point I don't even know how to relate to anyone these days because that is literally the manner of reality at this point. You're not supposed to feel like you belong anywhere. The land that is in your name doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Mother Earth, aka the elites. The job that you have, you were gifted. You don't deserve that job. The amount of taxes you pay aren't nearly enough. They're fucking ruthless. And then you have the younger generation, which you would hope would overtake these clowns like AOC. No, the only way America can survive is a 70 to 80% tax. A 70 to 80%. Motherfucker, a 70 to 80% tax increase? You can't even buy a quarter of a fucking gallon of gas, motherfucker. So then what? Then we're just like this. I tied my own hands. I'm waiting in the food line. Can I please get one food stamp for the month? I hope I can live off one loaf of bread. That's what they want. And they're going to be like, yeah, you're the piece of shit. You used to dump your trash off at the dump. This is all your fault. You make the problem, well, you die in it too. It's just, I'm just so, I don't know. Like, if people can't conjure up this reality for themselves. I don't know how I like doing this shit. You know, obviously you and I could talk forever, and we probably will at some point. We'll probably die in fucking reclining sun chairs in 20, 30, 40 years next to each other, like. It's like, who's ever gonna fucking. That's the problem, is that people are so bent. Like, who's ever gonna fucking believe any of this? Reality. That's all we're talking is reality. I just, I, I don't know. How are we supposed to make a difference? You know?
Good question. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how long I just went there for. You can edit it, do whatever you want. I just have to get it off
Oh,
my chest
shit.
because it's like for real. Like even fucking Glenn Beck, he makes fucking $30 million a year. I listen to him every other day, and he's like, I don't know how any of this. What's the fucking point? He was just like, I should just spend every waking minute on my farm in Idaho and just sell cattle and nice horses. Like, what's the point of me doing a radio show if nobody's gonna ever stand up? And that's just the point I'm getting to. You know, I like what? How do we make a difference?
I don't know. I think we're trying. I think we're trying by doing this, but um, beyond that, it's hard to know without any type of organization. I feel like if there was some type of event, I think it would kind of force people to kind of join together.
There's a
Um,
lot of events that
no, I
circle.
mean like something big, like a mothership showing up,
I like it. I like it.
something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I
Something
just
no
try to
one
like.
can deny. Everyone looks up and sees the same thing.
So we could do a live broadcast, and then I just be like, "This is fake. Say hi." And I'd just like try to punch a hole in the side of it, and nothing would happen except my hand would just be a bloody smashed mess. I mean, that might send a message. Actually, that's not a bad point.
Ooh. Um,
just start ripping wires apart and stuff. It's just like, what is this guy? Don't care. Oh, don't care. Just start pulling wires and hoses and
Fucking guy.
I
Always
do.
causing problems.
Well, I mean, I don't, but it's what I would be good at. So I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I mean, I the ironic thing with that is that I honestly don't mind being in jail. It's a weird thing to say because you and pretty much everyone else that may or may not listen to this doesn't fucking know, but it is kind of calming when you have zero access to immediate news and just all the basic amenities that we all just believe that we what's the word I'm looking for, you live long enough, you think you should you should deserve all the basic amenities that we think we deserve. When you're in jail, it's different. It's kind of nice. It's like, okay, well, I just had breakfast. Nothing is going to happen. And all these morons are just going to gab about stupid shit that I don't care about until lunchtime. So, nap time, next 5 hours, eat lunch, do some push ups, 4 hours, dinner time. Nap for 4 hours, eat your fucking shitty chicken and corn and rice, whatever the fuck they're feeding you, and you just move on. It's kind of majestic. It's kind of majestic, and it's weird to admit. I think that a big majority of us humans were meant to be just cattled in that situation. Just, nah, here's your pen. You stay there. Nope. No, no. You stay there. You're not going to be a repeat felon on that charge. I don't know. Hey, that sounds weird. I don't care. I'm just trying to get shit off my chest because we're just at a crazy time. There's no balance in civility or civilization. There's just It's just one giant uproar. And I don't, honestly, bro, I don't think we're going to be able to get to an inflection point where we'll be able to balance everything out again. I think we're fucked. I think it's just going to be the next gigantic war, and we'll figure things out from there. But I honestly, I don't see a side to side being like, oh, we agree on that. We agree on not at not at not one fucking iota of a chance of that happening. And I don't know what we're supposed to do, to be honest. I don't. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, again, I mean, I think it would, I don't know, aside from some type of event like I mentioned earlier, um, it's hard to really say. I don't know. I mean, uh, it feels like a waiting game at this point.
Right.
Uh, Certainly, gonna be
20
stages of it, because at this point it feels like a waiting game to see what happens with the election for the
yeah,
most part.
23 fucking days. That's all we
Yeah, not
got,
long
right?
at all. Couple weeks.
It's fucking wild. I think I got something there. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Water gun. Oh, that was a good one. So this I don't know what the date was, but this I just post or typed down notes wicked randomly on my phone. But this one is go go fuck yourself. Go fund me. Cancels. Canadian woman water gun old guy lawn teacher. So
Okay.
I don't, the others are whatever, but old guy, water gun old guy lawn teacher. This fucking guy, dude, dude, I I swear to shit, this fucking guy jumps out in front of my truck and he's in boxer shorts and a button down fucking long sleeve shirt. And he's got his hose in his hand. And he's holding it like super threateningly. Like he's gonna do something. And I'm just in the truck like I, I I'm gonna fucking accelerate in a minute. Like you're in what? So I yell out the window, "Yo, this dude, you'll have to like I don't know. You'll have to edit this, but I pull up like 10 feet closer to him, and I'm like, dude, you are directly in my way. I have no idea what your problem is, and you're half fucking naked. The cops are gonna be here in a minute." And he just started spouting off all this shit. And then he screams at the top of his lungs, just shrieks, and he calls me a white. Dude, I was like, all right, this is this you are white. And I was just like, oh my, this is beyond my pay grade.
Fuck.
I gotta leave
Fuck.
right now. Like, dude, so I'm telling you, boxer shorts and like a long sleeve like this, like a sleepy winter shirt, like pajamas. He was in his fucking pajamas.
Yeah.
You're fucking white. I was like, oh my fucking word. I hope your neighbors heard you because I'm leaving right now. It was, dude, people are like you were saying, people are just becoming unhinged. Like, that is not normal. That is serious mental health issues right there. Like,
Yeah.
who does that? Who does that? I mean, I've tripped on mushrooms probably 1,000 times and never done something that awful. Like, what? I don't know. Whatever. Like I said, it's beyond our pay grade. Nothing,
uh,
nothing we're supposed to deal with. Yeah, I don't even know where to go with that. But
well,
but
about 40 minutes ago, you mentioned Musk. Uh, I
good.
I have a video saved. I think it's from a Fox News. Um, I guess it was a Fox News segment. I guess is the
Yeah,
word
yeah, yeah.
where she was quoting Elon. I think he must have X'd it or whatever, tweeted it, um, relating to FEMA blocking shipments of supplies and
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
everything coming through and just stockpiling it so that they can claim that it's their own.
Yep. Yep.
And he specifically mentioned a bunch of his um, what's it called? His internet systems, Starlink.
Starlink. Yeah. Yeah.
A bunch of his Starlink units were being held up, and he had to make arrangements to
The fucking
try.
National Guard stole them.
Yeah,
They legit
he's got to try
stole.
and get them back somehow.
Yeah. What are you pulling it up?
Musk says he received a note from a SpaceX engineer that said that the big issue is that FEMA is actively blocking shipments and seizing goods and services locally and then locking them away to state that, well, they're their own. It's very real and scary how much they've taken control to help stop people helping. We're blocked now in the shipments of new Starlinks coming in until we can get an escort from the fire department. But that may not be enough.
Also got a creepy video of what is it? Optimus? Is that the Tesla robot?
I have no
Um,
idea. I just want Optimus Prime to come save me and bring me to a different planet. But
I think
yeah,
it's I think it's Transformers related, whatever they call it, but it must have been somewhere in California or maybe Austin, I guess.
we'll
But
send it.
Something that anyone could own. So you can have your own personal R2D.
The new Cybercab. Cybercab looks amazing. I know. I'm trying to get a ride. Dude, me too.
And you directly, I mean, that's just.
Elon. He's a techno king. Optimus can talk?
Yeah. He also does sign language.
See that? Yes. Can you give a peace sign, Optimus? Can you do the peace sign? There he is. That's I got another one. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give a hell yeah, Optimus?
pretty wild to think what those things will be like in another 10 years, though.
Wait, no, but I didn't even know what just happened. What was that? Was that
No, it
an
was
actual
like a
robot?
it was a party to introduce those robots. The robot was the bartender.
I can't wait to shoot those things. I mean, just like, ugh.
Oh,
It's funny how people like they're like, oh well, I have a big rifle or this. It's like, dude, no, you're all thinking incorrectly. So do I have revolvers that will put the fucking motor of your car on the highway. But 12 gauge shotgun. You ain't got nothing. Even a 50 fucking AE. No way. No way. Nothing. Just the oldest piece of shit 12 gauge shotgun you can find with a fucking slug in it. This, dude, dude. Oh my fucking. Uh, there's nothing that'll beat that. The period. There's just not. I mean, oh, velocity, yeah, but it's like back end tear out. Oh my fucking word! Are you serious, dude? I plinked a washing machine that died like I don't know 7 years ago. That was in Phil and Erica's old yard that I'm moving into. I just fucking slammed one at it, and it's like the back side of it is like half of a volleyball. Like that's what comes. So it goes through the front of the washing machine, goes through the spinny bucket washy thingy, fucking whatever you call it, and the backside of the spinny bucket washy thingy, whatever the fuck you call it, and then out the back. And the Terra was literally the size of a fucking volleyball. And what? I have an AR-15. Okay, so you have a glorified 22 caliber rifle. Okay. And on the other side, when you choose to annoy me, I have a 44 caliber Magnum 19. No, you're wrong. 1892 Winchester side loading repeater. You hear him
You got.
flying out?
I
Yeah, that's
was gonna say you got a round on the floor, but now I guess you got a few more than one.
yeah, because that's because old Bessie's always fucking loaded. And I can see right into your soul with this fucking thing. So you think you need something fancy, you think you need this, that, or the other fucking thing. Well, don't join this podcast any longer. Actually, as a matter of fact, you probably should, because you might learn something. I need to buy a fucking $10,000 rifle. Okay. My 357 Magnum fucking revolver that I wear on my hip everywhere I go. You won't even be able to fucking think before you get hit with one of those rounds. And, you don't survive. That's the that's the optimal thing about the older the better is what they say. Like me and Greg, we're middle aged now, and this is why this is middle age apocalypse. The older, the fucking better. So you want to be like, I have 18 plus 1 in my 9 millimeter. That's cute. While in my stainless fucking 6 shooter, I got 6. And 1 is worth 6 of what you got in yours. So, pat! And good night. End of the show. That's the end of Broadway. We're shutting it down. We made our money for the year. Taking the rest of the fucking year off. You know, the whole winter. As a matter of fact, the spring, until the leaves really start to bloom, it's just the way the fucking shit blossoms, folks. It's not about what you want, it's about reality. Alright. Okay. Alright. 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 I know I'm a pain in the ass, but each and every one of you can fuck off if you don't understand that 144 round is 3 times the size of a 9 millimeter. So if you want to come to the OK Corral, you name the spot, wherever it is, every round you got, it takes 3 to make 1. Why do you think the math adds up? 3, 6, 9, 12. Push it all the way up, 18. I got 6, you got 18. That's 3 ounces. That's a big difference. It's a big difference. So it's deploy your engine block while you try to run me over, and then you have a bunch of sloppy little fucking pussy Russian rounds that like to tumble in 9 millimeter. Yeah. Anyways, my sorry, Greg. My gun lesson's done for the day. I'm just getting delirious because I'm overtired, over hungry, and I have to feed shitball again, and I have to make myself dinner. And people are just super stupid when it comes to these basic mathematical equations. So I have to smarten all of us up and refresh it in my own head because it's like, really, you need a high capacity weapon or just something that does the job with one shot. I mean, It's the same thing with trucks and cars. You know, you're trying to pull a camper up a side of a fucking mountain. Oh, I have a twin turbo brand new Ford pickup truck, and it's like, yeah, but you spent 90 grand on it. You could have bought a 1982 fucking Ford Dually and drag that thing up the side of fucking Mount Everest. Like, people just don't know how to put the fucking wax where the gears are. You know what I mean? I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. I know I'm fucking stoned. I'm on a rant, but my bad. My bad. You close it out. Go ahead.
Um, Shit. All right. Well,
You don't
I
have to
have.
like jump in to close out. If there's something you wanted to say, then
No, I was just gonna say I have. I think just a couple other videos of. One's just in reference to again North Carolina, the help that they're not getting. Um,
yeah.
I think it was an ex-military guy. If you want to play it, I did send it to you at the end of those other messages. Um,
So broadly speaking, how would you characterize the federal response here? How has it been since the beginning?
Incompetent, if we're talking about broadly speaking. Limited to no personnel. Once they did get here, they put themselves in positions, obviously, to try and create connections or contact or rapport or whatever it might be. But in the process, there's not been dedicated assistance or support. I've not seen one FEMA individual come through this location. I've not seen one FEMA truck in this town. And at the end of the day, most of the people here don't even want them here because they don't really provide assistance and support. The fact is that where we are right now in the current status of this country, this is a moment, it's a pivotal moment in the history of the United States. It's an opportunity for us to understand that there is a real chance to change the way we do disaster relief in the United States. And if we can function and understand that disaster relief can't be a top-down method with all the red tape, we have to use federal funding and get it to the local populace so that we can have effective, efficient action that also re-injects capital back into the local economy. The only way we can rebuild this space is if we rebuild it from the ground up. We already have contractors that are rebuilding roads, contractors that are rebuilding homes. It's because it's their roads and their homes. Why would we hire preferred contractors outside of this region, pay them to come in and provide reconstruction effort when we can provide that capital back into companies that need it desperately? That's the principal piece. That's what this region needs more than anything else. It doesn't need FEMA coordination for personnel, the movement of supplies, or anything else. What it needs is federal dollars to be released at the highest level, cut through the red tape, and have it directed directly to the community so that we can raise the community up from the ground. And FEMA won't supply hard labor forces or infrastructure support. That's a different conversation. That's something that at that level and the state level would be significantly beneficial. But when it comes to ground effort, efficient, effective effort and action that re-injects capital back into the local populace, that's the critical piece.
That Black Hawk was cleared. That was a rich father and son. They didn't realize they were dropping in low. It was a dismissed Black Hawk. The guy was pretty sure he was in the military.
you're talking about that helicopter that what pulled that maneuver where it kicked up a bunch of their supplies and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yep. And there was a bunch of people that called in at the end of Glenn and Howie and everyone else's shows. It was like, that's honestly, it's hard. Like, they're, it didn't, basically what they were saying is that it didn't look malicious because those, dude, it's a fucking Black Hawk. I mean, those rotors are insane. They move more wind than half a fucking hurricane does, for crying out loud. So they were like, dude, like, It looked like they were just trying to get a scope of what was happening. Then they got too close and went to pull out. And when they pulled out, of course, they got to hit the accelerators, and then everything blows fucking everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they just didn't. They were kind of, I guess to create a word in the situation of needing one, they were somewhat choiceless in the matter that was in front of them. They just came down. They're like, "Oh fuck, dude! Like, no, that's all good. Are we gonna get out of here?" And then they kind of panicked and pulled out too quick. And,
Yeah.
they burnt the tires, if you will.
Right.
Which you and I are pretty good at doing that on our own front.
um, I think the only other thing I had was a video of some guy in a warehouse talking about how he wasn't being allowed to sell the rack of prime energy that they had, and he wouldn't.
What the fuck is that?
It's the energy drink that
Oh,
Mr.
South Park.
Beast.
I just want you guys to be aware of what you are letting your children drink, right? All these primes, right? Stop sale, 92 units, pull from sales floor, right? All these primes, right? Do not let your children drink this garbage. I cannot tell you the reasons, but this stuff is no good, for real. And these are the flavors that I think they like. That icicle or whatever it is, or cherry, whatever this is called. So yeah, ice pop, the blue, whatever. Those are like the popular flavors, but do not let your kids drink this garbage. Do not.
Made jokes about.
Yeah, South Park made fun of it. It's Mr. Beast's energy drink.
Prime.
But yeah, that shit's funny. But so he wouldn't say specifically in the video why he wasn't allowed to sell it, but I looked it up after, and supposedly they found a shitload of forever chemicals in there, like way more than is supposed to be
Oh yeah.
allowed. So sounds like they're probably manufacturing it somewhere to save money and just letting all kinds of bullshit in there.
Oh, weird. Somewhere like Kazakhstan or some horrifying fucking country that just throws gay people off buildings and cuts tits off women for not wearing a burqa properly. Yeah, it sounds about right. Fucking. I don't understand. Where do these people come from that are sympathizers of people that do that shit? Is it not 2024? Am I insane? If a woman doesn't wear a fucking burqa and cover up every single centimeter of her skin, it's okay to just kill her, beat her to death with a fucking stick in the street? What country, what human should ever be respected or allowed to do that? I'm sorry. I'm not, though. Not sorry in the slightest. Drone them, nuke them,
Hmm.
fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? Like, oh, that guy likes to fucking hang out with other dudes and snuggle and cuddle, and I don't care what he does, what they do when the lights go up. Honestly, who gives a shit? And then they just throw him off fucking buildings and out of windows? Like, dude, no. These are people that are supposed to be deleted. This is extremely old world thinking. And the mass media just immediately goes to, well, Republicans think the same thing. And it's like, dude, oh my fucking word. No, ever. Not ever. No, never. Like, what? I just can't I don't know, bro. I just can't relate to anyone anymore. That's why you're my best friend, is because I can relate to you and you see me for who I am and you know how solid my fucking heart is and how I would do anything to take care of the people I love. But that kind of shit is just the most sellout, just anti human fucking nonsense. Like, what? I, nah, I give up. I give up. That's the end of this session.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
All right, sir.
All right, brother.
Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate it. Please comment, like, follow, review, all that good shit. Please engage.
Leave, yeah, leave a comment and tell me I'm a fucking asshole. I look forward to it. Brother, I love you as always. And yeah, we'll get to it next week. That's
Love you
it.
too,
That's a wrap.
brother. Sounds good.
All right. All right, people. Hey, deal with it. Ah, fuck off.